You know, the older I get and the more that I learn about how the world works, politics in particular, taxes, money, you name it, laws, oh, mercy, the more I wish I didn't know. Like seriously, not I mean, not saying like I don't want to be like I lose my memory and get Alzheimer's and be dead in a couple years. I mean, like, gosh, I kind of wish I kind of look at children and like, man, y'all just don't know how good y'all got it. This is why you need to allow your children to be children. Let them have fun, enjoy life, let them learn because they got to learn every day, every from the time that they're born. Hell, from the time they're in your womb, they should be learning, teaching them positive things, teaching them how to have fun, enjoy life, love people, take care of business, but don't be about the BS too. Because trust me, they're going to get to an age where they're going to see the reality. They're going to see the reality in your parenting skills after a while, and it won't take long. This is just I'm going off the cuff a little bit. It won't take long for them to realize if you're a good parent or not. They'll learn the BS because the thing about it is they're going to get around other people and they're going to say, "Well, wait a minute, my mom, my dad taught me this, but yet y'all are doing that. It just don't seem right." But anyway, they're going to learn. So to allow children to grow up, be children, allow them to be children and have fun and enjoy life. Because when they get our age and and they really pay attention, and but you need to pay attention to the world. You need to pay attention to what's going on because you'll see a bunch of junk that just don't make sense. I know my dad used to tell me like knowledge can be a gift and a curse because the more you learn, the more you see how homeless people may just have it right to just say the heck with all this bullcorn. I'm just gonna get off the grid, live on the bridge somewhere, or live out in the woods somewhere. Because I'm damn near to that point. I'm not to be homeless, but I'm to the point to where I want to move to the country, get a little house in the country, and just live off the grid for the most part, and be done with what I'm saying, the quote unquote civilized world because this stuff is crazy. This stuff is crazy. And I want to bring it to the election. I told y'all the other day I voted Monday. First day we could vote early in Texas. Got up early. Not early enough, I guess. Got there around about got to the poll in place around about 8:30, about 8:30 or so. And the line was like long. I'm like, God, that line is long. So first instinct was I'll come back later. But then I'm looking, I see a bunch of older people. And that's a trip because you might be thinking, man, why don't people go to work? But these are like older people. You see like walkers and canes. You see people in their trucks. They bringing like the voting, I guess the ballot box out to the truck to people. I said, well, you know what, man, if they can stand in line, I can stand in line too. So I got in line. It took maybe like 45 minutes to an hour to cast my vote. And so I'm done. So I'm like, that's what, and I'm telling everybody, you need to go vote early because the reason why the lines are long now is because they don't have as many polling places as they used to back in the day when you try to vote early. Because in my city, like I said, I only got one in my city, one in the city town next to me. Well, like the 4 or 5 towns next to me, there's only like one polling place in each town. So yeah, the lines will be long probably the first day, but they may over time. I'm sure they'll dwindle down. So, but just make sure you vote early, right? So anyway, like I said, I voted Monday, encouraging everybody else to vote. But you know, I got to the door and I saw the sign that said, that had the stipulations of what's required to vote. Right? I mean, you can do your mail-in ballot, which this video you about to see that I'm making right now, I'm gonna show you why I'm not in favor of mail-in ballots, and I see why politicians are against it, in which you should be because your vote should be in person, so we know that it's you that's voting. Because anything else you do, like you got to have an ID, you got to show your face. Even if you like take a snapshot of your face, they got software that can like digitally recognize your face. You can take pictures of your ID, and they can digitally tell if it's real or fake. So mail-in ballots with no face, no nothing like that, is to me is in this day and age of technology is garbage. Seriously. But anyway, the sign told you like the IDs you can have, your driver license, your Texas, your state ID, your military ID, your legal, your right to carry ID, passports. Uh, even if you don't have that, you can write out a declaration. You can fill out a declaration, which I'm sure you can probably do before the day you decide to vote. You can fill out some kind of declaration of why you don't have one of those IDs, but you can have a government paycheck, a regular paycheck, a bill in your name. And I'm sitting looking at and other things you can have, and I'm like, well, shoot, if that's the case, then there shouldn't be no citizen in this country who cannot vote face in person. Because, like I said, I see these old people in line. Now I can understand if you are, let's say, you are like unable to. Let's say you stay in a nursing home or you're invalid, bedbound, and you can't get out to vote and you still got your cognitive functions, you have the ability to think and to discern between right and wrong, and what you need and what you don't need, and what you feel is important to you, then yes, somebody should, official should be able to come to you, get be a witness with your ID, this that, and the third, and then you cast your vote, and then that person can turn it in for you or sell it off and then mail it in. Something like that, man, it's like I can understand. But the problem is you can't trust everybody. And that's where the slippery slope is. That's where the hanging on the fence is, right? Because, well, you know what? Let me get to this video. Tell me if you guys have seen this.
So look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can too. So look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can too.
Now, I'm not sure what's funny about that. She's pointing like, you got that joke. I don't see, especially when you put in the context with the the film that's below her. Now, this is Jimmy Carter at his 100th birthday celebration. 100 years old. Man, look like he's asleep. And they got him out there, parading him out there. What they say is there's a lot of elder abuse going on in this video. And for some reason, she thinks it's funny, or they all like, yeah, if he can vote, you can too. The man is 100 years old, looks like they need to do a better dang on picture than that. So the first thing I'm thinking, like, how in the hell did he vote? Did they do it? Did he go in? Because the news outlets showed him in a wheelchair being wheeled somewhere, making you think he got wheeled to vote. But oh no, I go to the Associated Press, APnews.com, and it says Jimmy Carter at age 100 cast his 2024 ballot by mail. By mail. And they show a picture of him like somewhere, like he might be in Congress or at a church. No, what did it say? Former President Carter greets attendees as he departs funeral service for his wife, former First Lady Rosalind Carter, at Maranatha Baptist Church in Plains, Georgia, November 29th, 2023. So this is almost a year old, this picture that I'm looking at. And he looked almost dead there. You remember that show movie, not Silence of the Lambs. I want to say Hannibal. When a little dude kidnapped Clarice because he's trying to get Hannibal, trying to lure Hannibal in because he wanted to take him out. And you remember what that old dude looked like? If you don't remember what that old dude looked like, look at Jimmy Carter. I'm just being honest. I ain't trying to be evil or just trying nothing. Just look at it. That's what it reminded me of, especially the picture of him at his birthday party, right? Supposedly his birthday party where he just caught it. So we're talking about a picture that's about a year old, and we're gonna say that he's doesn't have a decline, but allow me to read. It said Jimmy Carter cast his ballot in the 2024 election Wednesday. The former president voted by mail The Carter Center confirmed in a statement. It happened barely 2 weeks after Carter celebrated his 100th birthday on October 1st at his home in Plains, Georgia, where he's been living in hospice care. So he's pretty much dying. So pretty much, if he dies, they're not going. Well, he's 100. There's no need to try to bring him back. His son Chip, but damn, some presidents got some dang on good insurance, man. Them cats be 95, 100 years old, jumping out of planes and stuff like that, and casting votes. His son Chip Carter said before the family gathered that his father had this election very much in mind. Quote, he's plugged in, Chip Carter told Associated Press. I asked him 2 months ago if he was trying to live to be 100. He said, no, I'm trying to live to vote for Kamala Harris. Ain't he the one? No, is that him? No, never mind. It wasn't him. Had no more details to share. I bet you didn't. Georgia's registered voters have turned out in record numbers. I told you that where I was at, it was a long line. I talked to someone yesterday who said that what's called Friendship West Church in Dallas, big church. They said the lines was like wrapped around the building, yesterday morning. So people are taking this election serious, especially out here doing early voting. Excuse me. Nearly 460,000 have voted in person or cast absentee ballots by Wednesday afternoon, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger said. Carter's vote should count even if he's no longer alive by election day on November 5th. That's where I had a problem with this. Because one, you're allowing somebody who can't do anything publicly to enhance or better the country. And could possibly be dead by the time this election hits. And you're allowing his vote to count for what we have to go through for the next at least 4 years, depending on the outcome of this election. I do have a problem with that. Because here's the thing, like I said, now I got trust issues. Because again, you look up different pictures of how Jimmy Carter looks. The man looks, like I say, he's pretty much incapacitated. He looks dead. So you're gonna tell me that this man cast his vote that what did he do? Verbally? Did he use his hand to mark? Did he know all the candidates? Did he just vote for more than just Kamala Harris? I mean, what did he do to cast his vote? Now you're probably saying, how could he do it? And I'll tell you, how could he legally get away with it? By a notary. I am a notary in Texas. I've been to hospitals, I've been to nursing homes, I've been to people's homes. I also do like refis on people when they refinance their homes for the last 6, 7, 8 years. Man, damn, has it been that long? I guess so. About the last 8 years. Man, okay, anyway. But anybody think about doing that refi? I mean, you can look at other people's videos and they can teach you how to do it. It's not hard. A couple $100 you can get into it. The problem is now the business is so saturated that used to be you can make anywhere. I remember people talk about you used to make like $200 a signing, and then it went down to like 100. When I got into it was about 150, 120, and now people they send assignments and they're like $75, $50, and then once you drive all over town, it's like it's not worth it because it's so saturated. Because used to, you have a direct line with the title company, so it was like they would call me like, hey, can you do this signing? I'm on it. $120 check, it's sent in the mail, whatever. But now they got these apps to where they just send they send the assignment out to everybody. Whoever hits it first can get the job for the most part. And so they offer a little to nothing now. So I mean, if you like starting out young, somebody that's young, trying to say get through school, trying to make extra cash, little extra ends, to me, but I all for it, all for it. But if it's something you're trying to establish as a business and you're trying to make it grow and try to make big money off of it, yeah, it's a little harder. I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, do your research. But anyway, notaries. A notary can go to where he's at. Say he's at home living on hospice. Notary can go to the home, go to the hospital, nursing home, wherever they're at, and there's a witness there. Most times it can't be, well, it could be someone there, it just can't be someone who will benefit from it. All I had to do is have a witness, fill out a little whatever form to say if he got. I'm sure he probably has an ID. Hell, who doesn't know who Jimmy Carter is? So Jimmy Carter doesn't have to have an ID. Really, he just has to have like one or two people who can validate that he's who he say he is. Like seriously, that's all. That's all it takes for a notary to say, well, because they say he's who he say he is. So I'm here to validate that. That's what you're not validating. That's Jimmy Carter. You're just validating that Jimmy Carter said that's him, or his witnesses said that's who he is, and or that's who's on the ID, and that's it. You're not validating if he's like what he's saying is true. You're not validating if he liked Kamala Harris, if he liked Donald Trump, if he hate either one of them, or anything. All a notary does is just verifies you are who you say you are, and that's it. So if let's just say this, they could possibly know who the notary is. Jimmy Carter could be dead right now, for all we know. That's basically what I'm getting at. But they could call somebody who like, hey, friend or family, because I mean, hell, they ain't government. I'm sure they know thousands of notaries they can get a hold of. In Georgia too, with Finding Willis and all that corruption, oh, I'm sure they can get a hold of a notary without a problem and say, hey, the man stood alive. His vote, ballot came in. He said he was going to fill it out. He said he was going to vote for Kamala. So let's check it. Say this is who it is. Yeah, let's validate it. Let's fill it up and let's send it off. That's where your problem is. That's the issue I have because now you can now. I mean, who's to say that there aren't other people who out there who have passed away or nearly passed away or don't have a lot of contact because I work in nursing homes too, and you got people in there who are young, but mentally they're not all there. You know, they are bipolar or they do have schizo or they do have Alzheimer's, and they just can't think straight. You know what I'm saying? They babble and gap, but you know what I mean. Who's to say that some politician in that city, in that little town, because like I said, I do say in a small town, it's small now, but it's growing. Who's to say politician in that town who don't have ties to that facility say, hey, it's time to vote. Let's get everybody's ballot. Mr. Johnson, he's over here in the bed, can't move, can't really talk. You can say Mr. Johnson, he'll say yes, but then you try to hold a conversation with him. He's going off, going schizo on you, take out running through the building, this and the third. Can't hold an intelligent conversation. Let's just say Mr. Johnson was going to vote for Trump. We're going to have him vote for Trump this year. They're like, well, damn well he can't vote. Look at here. Let's get a notary. Hey, I got a notary that's going to sign all this. He trusts me. So we're going to get everybody in here. We're going to take everybody's ballots and we're going to put them all for Trump this year. Everybody gets a voting ballot. It can happen, y'all. Stuff like that can happen. That's why, like I say, I can understand why people are against mail-in ballots because you can have it's been studies showing and stories that have been out there that you've seen that there have been people who have voted who have been dead for like years, and then they come back and find out that somebody put their name on, somebody's put them as a voter, and it's invalid. So now you got to go back and recount all that. This has happened. So this is why, again, I can understand why mail-in absentee ballots can be dangerous. But then on the other side of the spectrum, you do have people who may not be in the country, who may be out of the country when it's time to vote, who may be in the hospital, in rehabilitation or off on a job somewhere and can't come in to vote. I get it. I can understand that. But this is why when it comes to certain things, it has to be. I feel if you had a gun to you, if somebody put a gun to my head and told me to make a choice, then it has to be an all or nothing thing. Unfortunately, it had to be an all or nothing thing. You either come in and vote, or we just can't count your vote. Unless we can find somewhere, unless somebody can take a ballot box to, like I say, a nursing home, and you have voting officials that are there, and they can go to each room and they can validate each person is who they are, who they are, who they say they are, and count their vote. But you don't have enough polling stations and enough polling machines to do that. So what do? You got to figure it out. But in the meantime, once again, let's look at your vice president say this.
So look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can too.
And that woman behind her looking like, I know damn well she didn't just say that. Like, seriously.
So look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can too.
Anyway, tell me what you think about this story. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. I want to thank y'all for watching. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. Helps boost the channel, boost the videos and the algorithm. Um, if you want to support monetarily, you can get super thanks, super chats, or you can go to the links below in the description box and you can give there. Don't forget to go to marlonmorale.com. It's marlonmorale.com. You get 10% off your first purchase, or you can go down and hit the shop button below this video and you can get purchase merchandise there. I think I'm gonna have a sale. I think I'm gonna have a sale in the shop only, not the website, because I'm trying to do something with the website. We'll do something with the brand, the Marlon Morale brand. And so there's some things I got some changes I need to make, but I know what I want to do, you know what I need to do. And anyway, it involves a few moves I gotta make. So anyway, yeah, you click on the shop button, click on the shop button below. Hopefully I do it this video by the time I drop this video. If not, it'll be there by the end of the week. But I'm gonna have a sale on the beard products. We're gonna do like what they call it, no shave November. We're gonna start it early. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have a sale on the little beard kits that I have, a blowout sale. And so that way, hopefully fellas, you get, what I'm saying, many kits as you want. Ladies, buy as many kits as you want for the fellas. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna end 2024 big this year. So yeah, hit that shop button below. I'm gonna try to have, matter of fact, I'm gonna have that done by the end of the day. By the time you see this video, I'm gonna have that done for sure. But yeah, with that being said, yeah, marlonmorale.com. Hit the shop button below. You know what I'm saying? Get your products. I promise no matter what, you will not be disappointed. With that being said, I leave you in peace and I'll see you on the other side.